So the first thing we are going to do, guys, is to first of all create or provision our EC2 instance. Okay, by the way, guys, the link to these videos, I'm going to put these two videos I just showed right here, I'm going to put the link in the description. Okay, so go get it right there so you can watch those videos. Okay, very good. Now what we are going to do first is to provision an EC2 instance, because if you look at our architecture right here, we want the Airflow to run in an EC2 instance. Okay, so what we are going to do first of all is to provision an EC2 instance. Okay, so what that means is that if you don't have an AWS account, I highly encourage you just go to aws.com or aws.amazon.com and open an account. It's going to ask you for your credit card details and all of that, so put that right there, because there are some charges that are also going to accompany the use of the AWS resources, but they are very cheap. Okay, just make sure that whenever you are done with this project, you terminate all the resources that you have used so that you don't get charged. Okay, don't leave anything running while you are away. Okay, now let us come right here and click on EC2. If you don't have EC2 there, just come right here to this search bar and type EC2. When you have that, this is going to come out right here, and then you can click EC2. Okay, but in my own case, you can see I have mine right here on this bar, and the way I did it is, if you type EC2 or whatever service, you can click on this star. That means you want to add it to your favorite. Okay, so when you click on this star, just like this one right here, if I click EC2 image builder, see what happens. See what happens if I do that. You see, now it has added to this bar right here. Okay, I can take it out again. If I click it again, you can see that it is no more there. Okay, and that's how you can add that. Very good. Okay, now I've clicked on the EC2. This is what I am having right here. What I can then do right here is I can come to launch instance. Okay, also make sure you are in the region that you really want. In my own case, I want to be in this region, US West. Okay, so make sure you are in the exact region. If you want North Virginia, just click that, and then you can see it's loading, and then you see that it has changed to North Virginia. But in my case, I want US West because that's where I'm close to. Okay, very good. Then I'll come right here, I will say launch instance. So you want to launch the EC2 instance, right? But then you have to you have to provision it right here before you start it at all. Okay, so you have to give it a name. So in my own case, I'm going to give it this name. I'll say redfin-EC2. I will come right here, I will select Ubuntu. I want to use Ubuntu. And for this Amazon machine image, I want to stay right here in this particular one, free tier eligible. I want to stay right there. And also my instance type, I want to choose T2 medium. I've explained in my previous video, for those of you that have been watching me, that since this is Airflow, you need at least a 2 GB of memory. Okay, and this has 4 GB, so that makes it better. You can use T2 small, but you might be having sometimes might be freezing, because I've tried that before 1 or 2 times. It was freezing up on me, and then I decided I should use T2 medium, which has been working greatly. So you can maybe also select T2 medium, but know that it's going to have some charge, but it's very minimal. Okay, and then also we are going to create a key pair right here. Okay, but in my own case, I already create a key pair. Okay, so I'll just come right here, and then I would come to end-to-end YouTube key pair. This is the name of my key pair that I already created. In your own case, if you have not created a key pair before, you can come right here, create new key pair. Although you can also come right here, I have a dedicated video where I showed you how to remotely SSH Visual Studio Code to AWS EC2. Right here, I showed you how you can create a key pair. So I encourage you to go ahead and watch this video, okay, for you to be able to do that successfully, okay. And I'll put the link to this in the description, okay. So take note of that, guys. Very good. So in my own case, I already have that, and then I'll come right here and I will say create security group, and I will check this. So I will check this, okay. And then I will come right here. Pretty much everything is good. Everything is good. I will say launch instance, okay. This will take few seconds to launch and initiate the instance. You can see it says successfully initiated launch of instance, okay. I can come right here, instances, and just click that. You can see that this is the one that we are just launching right now, that we just created. You can see redfin -EC2. It is pending right now. The instance type is T2 medium. You can see that right there, okay. You can see, you can even see the key name, the key pair name that I selected. You can see that right there. Very good. Now you can see that this has changed to running, right? You can see status check. You see it is initializing right here, okay. Very good. Now it is running. We have the public IP already. So what we can do right now, guys, is that let us connect to this EC2 so that we can start installing our dependencies, okay. So make sure that this your EC2 is checked, and then come to connect, click connect. So if you click connect, make sure you are in this EC2 instance connect, and then just come down and then click connect, okay. This is going to open a terminal in another tab, okay. I can just close this one right here. Now you can see right here, guys, that now I am inside my Ubuntu EC2 instance, okay. Now the next thing I can then do now is to start installing dependencies, okay. So the first thing I would like to do is, let's even just check the version of Python we have in this, because this comes in also pre-installed with Python. Let's say Python -- version. Okay, I think it wants me to say Python 3 -- version. Very good. You can see we have Python 3.10.12, okay. Very good. Now what we can first of all do right here, guys, is let us do some updates here. So I will right click and I will just paste sudo apt updates. So let us run that. Okay, we are going to be installing dependencies. Remember, we are trying to get ready for the actual project, right? And part of that is that you need to install your dependencies first before you start building your pipeline, okay. So that is done. Then I'll do a copy and paste also right here. I'll right click and paste sudo apt install Python 3-pip. We want to install pip. I will say yes. I will say enter. I'll click enter, okay. We are trying to install pip right there. Pip is Python package manager. We're gonna let that run. Okay, we have this. Make sure that you click inside the at least just to make sure that this page is active, and then do escape. Let us escape this. Very good. We have escaped that, and this is completed. Take note, even though you still see 99% right here, this is done. Yeah, I think it's some of the issues with AWS. It might be due to how this is showing on our interface on our screen right here. However, it's completed. Yeah, because I've seen that before. So let us come back here and open that connect again, because we cannot use this, okay, because now it didn't take us back to where we need to enter our command. So let us open another terminal. Okay, let's establish a connection. I'm going to close this, and then the next thing we would like to do now is to install the VENV, the virtual environment. Okay, sudo apt install python 3.10-VENV. remember our Python version was 3.10. we checked it before. Okay, then I will say yes. Let that right here, let that complete, and then okay, right here we are going to then do escape. Very good, very good. Yeah, also we are having the same issue, but that's fine, I'll just do another connect again. Yeah, I also noticed that when I was getting ready for this project, but that's fine, everything should still work fine. Okay, so I will close this, and then now let us remember that we just installed our virtual environment. Now let us create our virtual environment. Okay, so I will do a python 3-m VENV, and then I'm giving my virtual environment this name, redfin_VENV. I'll press enter, and that would create for us a virtual environment. Very good, guys, very good. Now that is done, the next thing we want to do now is we want to activate our virtual environment. So we will do a source redfin_VENV. this is the virtual environment that we just created, -bin -activate. Okay, let us activate that. Now you can see, because we activated that, you can see our virtual environment right here. So it shows that now we are in our virtual environment. Okay, remember what we are doing right here is we are installing our dependencies. Okay, so now for this project we are going to be needing Boto3. Okay, you're going to see what we are going to be needing that for eventually. So but let us install that right here first. We are going to do pip install Boto3. remember that we installed pip earlier, right? So now we are using that pip now to install Boto3. I'll click enter, and that is going to take some few seconds to run. Okay, that has fully running. And then also we are going to also install AWS CLI, because we want to also be able to use AWS CLI right here. Okay, because we are going to be configuring our EC2. So I will do pip install upgrade AWS CLI. I'm going to run that. That will take few seconds to complete. Very good, that has completed. Now very good, now we have installed some of the dependencies right here. Okay, now what we want to do right now is let us go back to our AWS account. Okay, so remember that we signed in with our root user right here. Okay, so let us come here to create an access key, because the next thing I want us to do is I want us to configure our AWS with the necessary credentials. Okay, so what I'm going to do right here is just come to your profile here. Okay, and then come to security credentials. Remember I signed in with the root user. Okay, so I'll click on security credentials. Okay, and then I'll come right here to access keys. I will say create access keys. Okay, and then I will check this, and then I'll say create access key. Very good, guys. Now you can see that it has created access key for me. I have access key, I have secret access key. I am not going to show you this, but it is hidden, right? So one thing also you can do is that you can download the CSV right here that contains your access key and secret access key. Okay, however, in this video I'm going to be showing you when I want to configure my AWS. You're going to be seeing my secret access key, right? But then after this project, I'm going to deactivate it and delete it, so you cannot use it. So you have to create yours. Okay, so but then if you leave this page, you are not going to have access to this secret access key anymore. You are going to lose it. So that means you would have to create another one. Okay, if you lose it. So for you not to lose it, I advise you just click on this download CSV so that you can download it as CSV. So I'll click download. You can see now it has downloaded right here, so I can go to my downloads folder and grab that if eventually I navigate out of this page, say I close this page. Okay, but for right now I will leave it open. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to configure this EC2. Okay, so I will come right here to my EC2 terminal right here, where our terminal where we are connected to our EC2, and we are inside also our virtual environment. Okay, so I'll come right here and I will say AWS configure. I will type AWS configure. Okay, and then I'll say enter. Now you can see it's asking me for my access key, so I'll come back right here. I'll just click this to copy. Okay, and then I'll come right here and right click and paste. I'll say enter. Now it's asking me for secret access key. I'll come back again right here. I'll copy secret access key. I'll come right here, guys, and then I would paste. Very good. And then I'll come here. It says default region. What is your default region? Like in my own case, I want to be working on US West -2. Okay, so I'll just come right here and I'll say US West -2. In your own case, just come right here and get the region. If you are working in North California, that will be US West -1, or North Virginia US East -1, or wherever you are, somewhere in the Pacific, in the Asia region, or Canada or Europe. Okay, just make sure you use the right region. Okay, so mine is US West -2. I'll click enter. Default output format, I will not type anything, I will just say enter. Very good. Now this has configured our AWS for us. Very good. Okay, now that we have configured our EC2, right, what we can then do now is let us install our Apache Airflow. Okay, remember we are still inside our virtual environment. Okay, so I will right click and I will paste this. I will say pip install Apache Airflow. Okay, so I will enter. So this is going to install Apache Airflow for us. Okay, take note, guys, I am taking this step by step for you so that you don't have a problem when you are installing yours. I don't want to skip this step. Okay, so that you can have all the necessary imports and all the necessary installations that will make this project a success for you guys. Guys, if you are finding this video valuable, please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel right now, and also click on the like button of this video right now. Okay, because as you click on the like button and as you comment to this video, that is what will make YouTube algorithm to also rank us higher, okay, in the search. Okay, so please help us to share this video so that more people can benefit from it, and click on that like button and also put your comment in the comment section. Okay, very good, guys. And for those of you that have not been watching my videos, I have a playlist of Apache Airflow right here. As you can see, these are 15 videos right here. You have 15 videos right here on Apache Airflow, different data engineering projects. Okay, I encourage you right here, guys, go ahead and explore each of these projects. Okay, so that they can also be part of your own portfolio, and then you can even speak to them during interviews. Okay, all right, very good, guys. Now we have been able to install our Apache Airflow. Okay, there is also one thing I also would like to install. We call it Amazon provider. Okay, in my other videos, this particular video right here, where I explain all the fundamental concepts of Apache Airflow, I also explain what what providers are, basically what providers are. Okay, so in the case of this, now we are going to be installing Amazon provider, and what this will help us to do is that it will help us to be able to get access to those EMR packages or those EMR libraries that we're going to be able to use to build this project. Okay, now we're going to have pip install Apache Airflow providers Amazon. I will enter that. I'll click enter on my keyboard, and that is going to complete its installation. Very good, guys. Now we have been able to do that. Congratulations, guys. Okay, very good. We have been able to install those dependencies. Okay,